So, Foxon even made a specific post dedicated to Seraphine. My impact, yes, yes. It worked. Not only they acknowledged the feedback, they also made a specific post. This is really good. This is the first time they listen to Seraphine players in general. So, my cries have been heard. Now, what people were crying about. People were crying, like, let's just pull up the older posts, okay? With replies. Let's see what people were crying about when it comes to Serapis. Was it this post? I think it was this one. So, yeah, this one. What makes you feel so right now, and what things would you like to see? So, I was talking about how she's balanced for support, but still she's useless as a support because her W is like huge cooldown, right? She's useless in lane, and then I want for QWE to be her primary max order. This is what I said. Cubic said that she just lost all her scaling. I think he says that she has trash wave clear on mid and APC, and he wants lower W cooldown. That's what Cubic said. And the rest of the people just said that they want scaling back, they want more damage, and they want her to be a mage. Ashley, it is obliged. It is obliged. But why do you have to interrupt my thought process? Anyways, it is obliged. So, let's recap. People want her as a mage. People build her as a mage. We want QWE max. And we want more damage. That's what everybody said here, right? This is the majority of what they said. But, the change list... we've heard a lot of feedback. Sera players, we've heard you. W no longer heals per target. Now it heals flat. And this is the main change. And that's kind of it. I was so, like, I don't know. This is okay. This is okay change. I'm grateful for this. Because now she's at least useful support. But this is not at all what people were talking about. Like, what they did is they just completely went with enchanterification of Seraphine. I think this is what it does. Now Seraphine's support is going to be the strongest with this change out of all roles. This is a very huge buff. I did the math, so I took one game and I counted every double W that I cast on my allies and healed my allies, and I counted how much it healed in a 40-minute game, right? So for example, if 3 people were standing my W, I would heal 15%. If 4, I would heal 20%. And so this is what I came up with. So I rarely got any 5-man Ws, just one. Mostly it was 4-man or 3-man Ws. So the change is definitely a buff, right? People are saying that this is a nerf because when you grouped as 5, obviously you heal less, but the majority of the game, you're still going to be healing more with this. So times when you're staying, for example, let's just say you stay in lane with your ADC. Right now your W is going to heal 10% at 4 points. Next patch is going to heal 16%, both of you. So this is a very huge buff for her solo lanes and for her support specifically. Because for support, it matters more because she roams a lot, especially early game. So this is a very huge buff. You're going to be healing like 20% more per game around that. This is definitely a buff. I think it mostly buffs her support and mid lane. Because support roams a lot and mid lane just stays alone in lane, and now you can double cast W on yourself and actually heal yourself for a good amount. For the rest of the changes, the Q amp damage now affects monsters, so your Q is now going to creep on monsters, such as the chickens, the grubs, the drake, etc. People are so clueless on this. People were saying that, oh my god, Serapis jungle. Which, did you not know that Serapis before the lobotomy used to have this? Her Q also created jungle camps before this, and nobody was talking about Serapis jungle. Like, this is not a jungle change. This is oriented to support and to mid lane, first of all, again. This is not APC buff again. So support can now roam with jungler, help jungler with drops more efficiently. Support can even put some Q points, maybe like 3 Q points, so you can help your jungler with drops, with river chicken, and maybe you can nest like blue buff, for example, right? This is very good for that purpose. And mid lane can now actually farm chickens, and again, help jungler with clearing objectives. So this is mainly a support arena change, and also mid lane. For APC doesn't really like contest anything, so I don't think it matters for APC. HP growth and mana growth. This is a buff to mid lane, mostly. Because mid lane gets more experience. So mid lane is gonna make use of this very well. I think this is okay, considering the fact that she gets extra healing now. So I think mid lane Seraphine is actually going to be viable now because not only you have more HP now, so you're already healing more with W yourself, but also you have flat healing on W. I think mid lane Seraphine with Roa and Seraphs might be back. Like she's gonna go right now. Seraphine mid lane is literally non-existent tier. Seraphine mid lane is off meta tier. If you check the stats, it's gonna be like 47 win rate and maybe 0.2 pick rate. Oh, it's even worse, 46 win rate. Bring 100 out of 102 mid laners. So now she's gonna go like maybe like 49 million, maybe like 49, maybe C tier, C to B tier. She can be around that, and that's gonna be okay. That's already a good change. That's already good. This is a step in the right direction, and so I'm happy with these changes. But I don't think this is what most of the people wanted, because this is mostly affecting support therapies and maybe like bringing her back mid lane a little bit. Just a little bit. She still cannot be a viable mid laner. I mean, a meta mid laner, because she still has enchanter stats and she still has very high mana costs. And now she also like what this change does is it a little bit kills her late game, because the later the game goes on, the more 5-man double W's you're gonna do. So basically, your scaling gets hit a little bit. But again, if you check in the math, like you're still gonna be healing more per game, like 20%. Especially if you're staying. This is support game. This is calculations for support game. On support, you definitely heal a lot more. But if it's like mid lane game, then you stay alone more and then you heal yourself more. So it might be actually like even, I don't know, 50% healing increase for yourself at the very least. One thing I was expecting is the nodes. Why are we not addressing the elephant in the room? The nodes. Why the nodes have... How much HP scaling do they have? So I think one ally, 4 nodes, gives you, what, 4% AP ratio? So nodes have like around 20% AP ratio? Let me check. I don't remember. I already forgot Seraph's AP ratio nodes. I think one node from ally is 1% AP ratio. So, wait, so for herself it's 4%. So she gets up to 4, which is 16. And then basically you double it. So it's like around 30%, right? Around 30%. AP ratio. This is really bad for her nodes. Her nodes used to be like around 100% AP ratio, and that was also her late game. Right now, her nodes don't do enough base damage, in my opinion, because even if you play support, you don't do any damage with your nodes. Like maybe you do like 20 damage with your nodes. Okay, I think it should be at least like 30 if you stack them in lane for the extra poke. I think nodes are very crucial to her play style, and it's really weird that they completely removed it and don't look at them. So I left a comment here that the changes are very good and this is a step in the right direction. If she still struggles after this, I suggest reverting W cooldown and potentially nerfing E to bring back few W max to give power to nodes and other abilities. So this is what I think about it. You just use range increase and base AD, yes. That's exactly what nodes are for. Nodes are literally like Helia stack profer right now. Check the last sentence. Well, yes. This is mainly so that her APC is like weaker. I think the buffs don't change shit. I mean, they do help her support. They very much help her support, and they bring back her mid lane from like non-existent tier to playable tier. That's what I think it does. I don't think mid lane is gonna be very good, nor is it gonna be very bad. It's just gonna be viable with Roa. I think there's gonna be like a Roa build for mid lane therapies. I'm gonna try it. For APC, I don't think any of these changes affect APC a lot. It buffs it like maybe 1%. I'm not too sure. I think APC is still gonna do like the best build for APC is still gonna be Enchanter, obviously, especially Aigul. Maybe there is gonna be like a hybrid build. Remember when I used to build like Torch Leandries, that kind of stuff? Maybe you can do it again because now you have more mana. Because I was building that before the Palm nerf, and then the Seraph's nerf, and then her Q nerf, and then her W nerf, and then that build just died. So maybe it's back again. I'm gonna try it when it comes out. So now it's better to max W than 3 points E into W max. Yeah, I think it's gonna be on support. Definitely is gonna be W max first, because you're gonna heal your ADC a lot in lane. So now, like when you stay with your ADC, you can actually heal him a lot. Because right now, if you're 2v2 in lane and you know your ADC took a trash trade and he's pinging you like, please heal me. How are you gonna explain him that you're not gonna heal anything to him? Like right now, Seraphis in such situation, like she's gonna heal 10% max. But after this, she's gonna heal consistently 16%, and it's really good. So we still max E2. I think support can maybe put like 3 points Q, because now she has more mana, and now Q does amp damage to objectives. So I think what they want to do, and what Froxen explained here, he wants to do, they want to see, first of all, how she performs, and maybe then they follow up if she struggles with the changes. So I think they're still going to be listening to feedback right now. So it's a good time to leave comment still about the nodes and about the direction they should be balancing her for. I think they should still balance her as a mage, but for some reason they keep doing these enchanter changes. And I feel like after this change, Seraphine is like a completely different champion from what she used to be. Like this is good. This is buffing her. This is buffing her towards enchanter playstyle, but I think it's a nail in the coffin for mage Seraphine. I think this is like a point of no return. Right now she's completely different champion from what she used to be. This is not a jungle change, bitch. This is dogshit jungle. This is support and mid lane change that helps her. Let's see what she typed here. Our goals are to have her a bit more performant in regular play where she is the most popular. Give her a bit power back to mid, where she's quite a bit weaker than support. Quite a bit? Quite a bit! She's 46 win rate and 0.1 pick rate, and only OTPs play her there, so it's not quite a bit, it's literally a dead roll for her. Primarily through adjustments to her growth stat, making W more performant without nearby allies and being slightly better against jungle camps. It helps. Still support her support player base, even though the majority of her players are there. APC is completely ignored here, but I think it's gonna be buffed slightly by these changes to like maybe 1%. APC is gonna be playable again, potentially, a little bit. We'll monitor her state closely to follow up to see if we need to do anything further and pay attention to her skew. I really hope they do something about the nose. I think still like, if they nerf her E and buff her nose damage and W cooldown reduction, she's gonna be feeling okay to play. But I think they're kind of missing the point with these changes overall, because I think she should be balanced for a mage. Like, for example, there is Lux support, right? So let's see, at all ranks, Lux has 70% play rate in support and 30% play rate on mid lane. But for some reason, Riot does not balance her for enchanter, because Lux is a mage. Why the same thing doesn't apply to Seraphine? Lux also has a shield. Nothing about Lux is giving enchanter, so why are we doing the same for Seraphine? I think Lux is how they should balance Seraphine. Like, first of all, she is a mage. Yes, that happens to have a shield, but she is still a mage. We shouldn't be completely, like, castrating her to a support role. She is gonna be good as a support, sure, with these changes, but she should be a mage. Like, still, with these changes, you're still gonna be maxing W, you're still gonna be building enchanter items in all 3 roles if you wanna make her viable. And so, like, I don't know, we're just missing the point here. Say that's my whole thoughts on this. Hope they follow up with further changes. This is a strong buff, like TLDR, this is a strong buff, especially to mid lane and support. But they're missing the point. They should be buffing her mage. This is like enchanterification of Seraphine number bajillion. Yep.